live from Shenanigan Studios in my motherfucking backyard. It's Any Excuse to Drink, baby.
Guess who just got back?
Welcome back. Nice to hear you.
We're all here.
Where the hell you been?
I have no idea. I got lost. I'm hosting tonight.
We're asking if you were around.
I appreciate you asking me.
Oh, dude, no problem, man. I enjoy your company. I
Always have a
enjoy
good time.
everything about having you on the podcast. We got Big Rand Dog over here to my right. Torky Salad over here to the left.
Yo.
The boys are back, though. So, how's everyone doing?
Good. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been too long. I got a bunch of guys at work that are pissed off because it's taken me this long to get some more podcasts out. They're jonesing for some new content, so I figured let's get together and let's throw some shit down.
Here it is.
I threw some shit down, man.
In the toilet today?
No, man. You don't want to hear about it, though. I had Orifix stuff shoved up my ass.
Oh, God damn it. Here we go with this fucking
That was
story.
quick. That was
We
quick.
didn't even get, we're
30
fucking
seconds.
2 minutes into this and we already got
Let's
to
hear
hear
it.
about shit shoved up my dad's
New
ass.
concept.
Oh, let's hear it, because this is a
No,
classic
you don't
story.
want to. Oh, it sucked.
Oh,
But it's funny.
but
It's
it's a
all. Can I
classic
tell
story.
it? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you have
don't
to
mind
now.
No,
All
go
right.
ahead, dude. You
All right,
fucking
so-
brought it up, so you better get to telling the story.
Yeah. This
No,
is a good one.
it's got a funny twist to it because, I go to the VA down here in Oakland.
Yep.
And I'm getting old, and they suggest I have a colonoscopy.
Oh, God.
And I've never had one, and I put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off. And I said, why not? Go ahead, because I was getting nervous about it. But then you start thinking about, well, if I have it, then maybe they'll find I got cancer or something like that. So I was all pissed off about it for a while. And they give you that gallon of stuff to drink.
It's terrible.
Oh,
It's
dude.
the worst
It's
of them.
terrible.
Well, the first half gallon ain't bad. You can chug a half gallon, a cup at a time. But then you start getting deep into it, man. About the 3/4 mark, you start gagging really bad.
No.
So anyway, I get this notice in the mail from the VA that says, hey, you got to come to surgical on a certain date. And I said, great, my colonoscopy's coming up. So I start chugging that shit, bump, 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 bump. And
Did they tell you to chug it?
You have to.
yeah, you got to do
You
it the
have
night
to.
before. You quit eating.
Yeah.
You fast, and you only have a
And then
little
you
bit
drink
of water.
this drink.
And you just chug this drink the night before,
Makes you
man.
shit. It cleans your whole system.
No, I've never pissed out my ass before in my life.
I have.
It's just like liquid water just comes pouring out your ass.
Dude,
And
Bill
it was
Bo-
terrible.
Did you say something? You want to say something?
No, it just sounds like a terrible Friday
No,
night.
it was an extremely terrible, horrible experience, which I can't really explain anymore other than, so the next morning I get up and I go to the VA, right? And I'm sitting, my daughter's nice enough to take me down because you got to have somebody there because they put you out in twilight.
Yeah.
And and I walk in the VA, and Ashley's right behind me, and I walk up to the service desk, and I say, I'm here for surgery for a colonoscopy. And they said, well, it's not on the schedule.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
Shit
know.
your
And
brains out for nothing?
exactly. So I'm standing there, and I go, I got the letter in my hand. It says, I have surgery today. It says, go to surgery. Well, he looks at it, he goes, well, that's for eyes. That's the eye clinic surgery.
So you were at home slamming this shit water, and you fucking didn't even have to get a
I got
colonoscopy?
three
an eye
notices that I had surgery that morning, and I made the assumption the surgery
Was for
going
the
to stick something up my
colonoscopy.
ass. Yeah, colonoscopy. So I'm standing there and I go, well, my eyesight ain't shitty, but I got to have a colonoscopy, man. I came here for a colonoscopy. So I keep asking all these people, and they can't tell me where to go. So I finally stumbled where to go on the 3rd floor up there, and I'm sitting in there, and the nurse comes out and says, yeah. And I said, I got to have a colonoscopy. She goes, well, you're not scheduled. I said, I ain't coming back.
You better stick that shit up my ass.
So the moral of the story is this dude prepped himself for a colonoscopy, but he really had an eye exam.
Dude, that's funny. Number one, that's funny as fuck because you always jump the gun.
I do.
Always jump the gun.
What was really funny is not only did they give me a colonoscopy, they did a fucking throat examination.
Oh, they were
too.
in both sides at
Yeah,
once?
at
Jesus
one time.
Christ.
They
did
shoved
another GI.
an orifice hole in my mouth so they could slide that scope down my
Oh,
throat
Jesus, fuck.
and look at my, see if I had throat cancer or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they're knocking out 2 stones and 2
This
orifices
dude got
at one
DP'd
time.
in one.
I know he
afternoon.
did.
And I was standing there. They gave me that propofol.
Yeah, that shit
That
fucks
Michael
you up.
Jackson took
Yeah.
out. And it was like 5 seconds and I went,
Out.
2, I can feel it. And I was gone.
I woke up when they did my arm surgery.
Oh, man.
You remember when I had my arm worked on?
Yeah.
They say that people who have like Irish or Scottish heritage for some reason have like a higher tolerance for like anesthetic, like putting you to sleep. And the doctor told me that I woke up and was,
While they were working.
like they had to
on it.
knock me back the fuck
Yeah.
out, dude. So that sucks.
fucked up.
But on another note, I'm glad you got your shit checked. I can't wait for another 20 years to get mine done.
I'm looking
I'm
forward
hoping by
to the
then they have
next
new
orifice I can stick something.
Jesus Christ.
That sounded fucking
Sounds
suspect.
like Randall's gonna have an OnlyFans. Check him out next week.
Somebody was saying something about that. Once you go that way, you enjoy it. I don't know. I didn't.
You don't want to make that impression on yourself, right?
I didn't enjoy it at all.
I bet. Tim, how's everything going in your life?
Good,
dude?
man.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm recently married. I got married,
That's
And
right.
that's
Oh, that's
about
right.
it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was-
congratulations.
and as well as you too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got married too.
Yeah, I did. We both did get married. That's kind of the
Holy
reason that we've had this podcast on hold. And I kind of feel like I owe an explanation to anyone who actually still fucking listens to this. But obviously, as you can see, we're in 75%, maybe 80% finished studio. Just got to paint it and put some flooring and do some
Yeah,
decorating.
had a lot of eventful things happen.
Yeah, we
you
had
got
2
married.
weddings
You got
and-
married. I had a AFib.
Yeah.
Got my heart shocked back
Yep.
in. My wife had colon cancer. Now she had breast cancer, and she's getting out of that.
Yeah.
So we've been hectic.
Yeah,
It's
but-
just driving us crazy.
But we're going to get this show back on the
Kids are
road.
going back to school.
Kids are going back to school,
COVID's
yeah.
almost over, hopefully.
So we're back and we're here to give everyone some laughs,
Yeah,
hopefully.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start this off here. So I got a couple topics that we're going to talk about today. I
can't
figured they
wait.
would be kind of funny. I don't know. I figure we'll get everyone's opinion on it. So the first one I want to bring up is these are like local news shit because, we're from Steel City, baby. 412. Woo woo. Woo woo. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is, do you guys see Duquesne had a basketball game the other day?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you
stunt.
see
It
that?
was yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was that
stunt.
yesterday?
It was last night.
Yeah, that motherfucker ran on the field. And,
It was an Uber Eats guy.
yeah, but they said so. Like, it turned out that was all YouTube prank.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because what happened is they even said like the announcers. Like I did not do the guys' names. I don't know their names, but the announcers for Duquesne, who announced the game, they thought it was real.
Well, so did the people on the national news, and they announced it too.
Yeah, they thought that this guy really
Stumbled
was
out onto the
trying
court.
to find this guy who ordered food in the middle of this Duquesne basketball game. And just for anyone who isn't familiar with our area, we're from Pittsburgh, so I believe they play at the Pete, right? Don't they play
No,
at the
they
Pete?
have their own stadium.
They have their own stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they have their own stadium. I'm not sure where it is because I've never been to a Duquesne fucking basketball game.
It's right there, right down by the hospital.
Oh, it's
on
right over by
campus.
Duquesne,
It's
right
on
over by
campus.
campus.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably not a huge place, but it's big enough that you could fit a couple thousand people in it. So, but the security is pretty lax because it's not like a professional arena, so they don't have like paid security guards. They probably have some school police, and that's about it. So this guy walked onto the court in the middle of the game asking for a certain person for an Uber I think it was DoorDash. I read
Either DoorDash
It was
or
Uber
Uber
Eats or
Eats.
DoorDash. But everyone in the goddamn stadium really honestly thought that this dude was looking for this guy. And he went on for like a good 2 minutes with this
It
fucking
hit
charade.
ESPN.
Yeah.
ESPN even had it on.
Well, the next day, Duquesne got forwarded the YouTube video
Awesome.
And the guy actually, it was a complete prank.
And they probably arrested him.
I don't know. I don't think they arrested him, but he definitely fucked everything up for everyone else because now they're gonna like put more security. So like before, I guess you could get in and out of there with, I don't know if they have tickets or whatever. I'm sure they do, but it probably wasn't as like tight as like if you were going to like a Penguins game or something like that or a Steeler game. And now the repercussions of this now are that he ruined it for everyone else.
Yeah, he was standing like 5 foot onto the court.
Yeah,
he was on the
he was
court.
on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the announcers were up in the box like, oh, this poor guy's lost looking for someone who ordered a hamburger. Like, that was like literally.
Yeah, but could you imagine if one of those players stepped back, twisted their ankle?
Oh, yeah, dude, he'd be getting fucking sued.
Oh, man.
But this went viral now, so this guy probably is going to have a career doing stupid shit. Like, my kids like to fucking smack me with shit and say it's a prank, and I'm like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah, I see a lot of that also. You know, people doing that stuff think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, dude, sometimes it
That
is.
is
It's okay. I mean, no harm.
No
really,
foul, but like you fuck with someone in their shit or you fuck up something like that and you hurt someone or something like
exactly.
that, like you got to be prepared for them repercussions. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I saw some people pranking some people, and they flip out and like deck them.
well, yeah, because like sometimes they're doing weird shit, like slapping their ass in the middle of a supermarket, and you're like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Or,
The best
or they're like
ones are
hitting on your girlfriend or your wife, and you're like, "All right, dude, that's enough," and they still do it, and you're under the impression it's some random fucking dude. Like, I'm gonna get mad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. I mean, I guess that's just how certain people are, certain people aren't. But I would get upset, so I could see that going down. But
Those Walmart pranks are awesome. People walking up and pranking people in Walmart.
I used to do that shit without a camera, though. Like, we used to go to Walmart at like 4 a.m. after working at fucking the warehouse me and Bull used to work at on Tuesday nights because they released the DVDs. That's how fucking old this was, how long ago this was. When I very first moved back here, me and Boyle would get paid, and we would go on Tuesday nights and get the $5 DVD bins out, and we would go pick new movies out, and then we would come home and watch them. But we would do stupid shit like ride bikes through Walmart and never thought to record it. Probably would have been a millionaire, would have been famous already. But hey, what are you gonna do?
These dudes are walking up to people, and while they're looking at the rack, and be like, "Pick that up, boy." And they'd be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" He'd be like, "You heard me, boy.
Yeah,
Pick that up, boy."
That's the kind of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like
The dude pick it up, and he'd be like, "Now put it back, boy."
dude, you walk up to like a UFC fighter and say that, he's not even gonna say
have-
nothing. He's just gonna turn around and deck you.
Nah, I don't know. You'd be in a lawsuit with there. I'd be like, "Please hit me."
Well, I'm sure that's the other side of this story, but so
Yeah, a lot of that's out of control. Though.
yeah, I know, dude. That's why. Well, I felt like I'd bring it up because it's kind of like, to me, it's a touchy subject because of that whole situation. Like, it's cool that everyone wants to get clout and like be famous, and I respect that. But they're like, to me, there's certain things you can't do. Like running onto a stadium is like probably the easiest thing to do. So if he gets viral from that and gets famous, I think it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but he really didn't do it, bro. He really was just on the corner of the court.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying, but that's like
And
the
you ever
easiest.
go to a
That's
basketball game?
that's been the ultimate way to get attention since God they made stadiums.
Yeah, but they're so close, though. It's so different than an actual.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Well, you're on the like your front row seats are on the court,
Yeah.
so like the court sits on a platform in the stadium, so it's elevated. You know what I mean? Like the seats around it. So like when you walk in, you have the first row of steps there, but like really, you're right on the court, pretty much. I could see where you can get on the court easy.
Yeah.
It'd be different like a football game where you had to jump out of the stands.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I watched a video today. Actually, funny to say that some dude tried to jump off the seats into a Chile soccer game and broke his fucking leg.
Dude, I watched a guy fall off a balcony in a Drake concert. Did you see that video?
Yeah,
He was doing that famous, I don't know what fucking thing it is in New York, but some fucking retard fell off the fucking second floor balcony onto the people below in the middle of the concert. But anyway, so, well, I got another topic. I thought this would be pretty cool. You guys would enjoy this one. So Ryan Shazier, remember Ryan Shazier? I don't know if you do, Dad. Okay, he's looking
knows
off
who-
in the thing.
he knows
The guy that broke his back on the field. Okay, he's out of it. Well, Timmy, you know what I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about a football player. That
Correct. Yeah, he got
about
hurt.
a
I think
year
it
and
was
a
like
half, 2 years ago.
No, it was longer than that. It's
Okay.
probably been like what, like 6 years,
no.
5 years,
Last one I remember
probably
was
say like
Joe's
3 or
size.
3 or 4. It's been a while, dude. He's been out for a while. But anyway, Ryan Shazier decided to partner with a local marijuana company, and he's coming
Yes,
out with
I
his
saw
own.
that.
He's coming
I
out
saw
with his
that.
own brand of
kinda
medical
like
marijuana.
Kadifa Wiz or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's
or whatever.
KK. That's
Yeah.
different. That's
No,
like
but
for-
I'm saying it's
Yeah.
it's a local personality trying to promote in the
correct.
grow
But Shazier's reason is that I guess he was using like CBD and like THC to help with his control his pain and help with like his physical therapy and shit like that for his spinal injury.
and I kind of applaud them.
Yeah, he wants.
Well, they were
he's
talking
doing it
about-
for a good reason.
They were actually talking about using it for concussive injuries also.
like CTE shit or like
Yeah.
TBIs, like
Yeah.
traumatic brain injuries and shit
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah. It helps to destroy the tau proteins in your brain. That
Plaque
actually
and
kill
shit.
your
Yeah.
It's a plaque that forms.
Yeah,
from,
calcium deposits. That's what they
Yes.
said Alzheimer's is.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it helps break it back down.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, the tau proteins have a tendency to choke off the brain and kill it.
Yeah.
So this helps remove that or cleanse it supposedly. So I think that's great.
Yeah. Well,
think
that's
that's a
why I
great
figured
idea.
I brought it up because.
But I
it's
thought that's where he was going with it. But then he deferred back to pain management.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's doing it because he likes smoking weed, but he obviously wants to be in the public eye as like he's already like a more of a hero figure, I guess you could say,
Yeah, I think
because
it's
he got
great he's doing
he got hurt and he rehabbed and like he's like involved in local community stuff and stuff. So he doesn't want to come off like, oh, I'm just me. I want to sell drugs. You know?
Well,
what I mean?
no. I thought he was going to promote it for TBI patients in football. You know.
Yeah, it might
I
be
can't
for
remember. I can't remember who killed themselves from Pittsburgh. The
There's
Steelers.
probably a list of them.
No,
Oh,
the
Steeler?
Steeler guy. No, no, there is. There's a lot of people
There's probably a
who
fucking
are
list of them.
adversely affected by multiple.
CTE,
brain-
yeah, they say that causes
CTE.
like
But there was a famous,
depression and shit like
it wasn't Ham, was it? No.
I don't know.
He was a defensive lineman for the 70 Steelers.
Eventually, we'll have a computer
God, I
in here,
forget
and I'll
his
be
name.
sitting at that computer, and I
should
can
feel bad
Google
for
this shit.
Well, yeah, anyway, so that would assist them supposedly in part of their routines.
Well, that would be great. I hope that he has success in that, and
I hope he expands into that.
I wish him the best.
And I hope they embrace it in the NFL.
Yeah. So
Well, NBA don't test for it.
Yeah,
neither does the UFC.
Yeah, they do.
They test for weed.
Yeah.
I don't think they do anything.
The
to test for
UFC has
steroid.
one of the strictest drug policies you can get in any sports. They test for all kinds of shit.
I thought it was only
But those
for
fighters
fucking-
know how to get it
Nah,
out.
because what's his name? That one fighter after the fight, he was like, "I was doing fucking blow for the last 3 days, and I still fucking beat
Yeah, but you have to understand how much these dudes pound
can't remember his
water
fucking
for
name.
3-4 months and then shed all that water weight. Dude, they kick anything out of their system.
Oh, I bet when you do those cuts like
But like
that.
NBA, those dudes are straight potheads and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, fuck. More
That's how
power
they
to
So
him.
yeah, he's with I'm trying to remember modern the company name that he's
I have it right here. I'm trying to find it.
God, if I had my stash with me, I could tell you. Well, I got some. What can I say? But I don't have his. But it's the flower company.
Oh, it doesn't actually say. It just said he joined with a Pennsylvania-based Organic Remedies to launch inline
Organic
medical-
Remedies. That's it.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, that's the name of the company.
Oh,
That's a grower.
I didn't even know that was the
Yeah.
name of the company. I just
No,
thought
yeah,
that
if
was
you-
their
if you
description.
walk into
Oh, I
a
could've said that.
dispensary.
If you read
they-
that, I would have probably thought the same thing.
Yeah,
Organic, yeah.
they sell it under that brand name.
Well, I mean, there
It's
you
pretty
go.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, more power to him. I hope everything goes on. Did you see the bullshit that Pittsburgh Public Schools was trying to pull?
Well, let me think about it because they try to do this shit all the time. So it could be almost
here.
anything. So I'm going to take a guess that it's they're trying to sue Facebook in.
Yeah, you read
All the
that.
people.
You fucking
This
read
dude
that.
watches the news.
I know. So,
Yeah, I laughed at that when I heard that.
well, here's what pisses me off about it, okay? Because being a father of 5, you got a kid. I had multiple kids in the Pittsburgh public school system. What pisses me off about it is that they're looking for an easy out for their failures as a school district.
And they want to make money.
They're looking for an easy out because everyone's pulling their kids out of Pittsburgh Public because their curriculum sucks.
Well, it sure the hell ain't kids sitting in class watching their telephones.
It's not. They're not allowed. They're not allowed to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, they're
so they're
like,
trying to defer blame to the social media sites, and I don't go with that either. But
supposedly Seattle did it first, and they're following suit, but they have a separate lawsuit. They're not on the one with Seattle.
Right.
So they're trying to say that they.
well, you get into First Amendment and all that good shit.
Well, yeah, but they're trying to say that they need compensation for the mental.
I understand.
The mental fuck. Well, I'm trying to tell Timmy because I don't know if Timmy knows, but the
Yeah,
mental
they
anguish.
want to kickback from these social sites
Yep.
to help deal with the adverse effect
Mental
of
health
social,
conditions.
Yeah,
That's what
of
they're
the
saying.
social
Yeah.
websites. That
So,
the
like, if a
kids
kid gets
spend all day
bullied
on.
or something like that, they want money because their counselor has to deal with it.
Nah.
But meanwhile, you already get money from every single person that lives in the city to pay that fee. So, what do you need more money for?
Well, they gotta raise the
I
rates
agree.
and shit, man.
So, but I just wanted to bring that up
Well,
because
I
that
like
was
the ones. I like,
fucking pissing me off.
I like the ones where some school districts around the city are deferring cash into new accounts, so it looks like their books are lower, so they can get additional money through the government.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You tell
Yeah,
me.
they're
Tell me.
playing.
Yeah,
But
nonprofit
they're not
organizations
doing
and shit.
anything illegal because they are allowed to do that, but still it's kind of underhanded.
Yeah.
And then raising millage rates.
But that shit just pissed me off because I pulled my kids out of public school because they were failed. Like they were just pushed through the system during COVID and shit like that, and they ended up coming out the other side being really bad and worse for wear. And I pulled them out and put them in private school. Thank God I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have that option. But I think it's bullshit that the public school won't take responsibility for their like shortcomings. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to
they
say
got so
that
many
all
of
the
them.
kids are fucked up from Snapchat and Instagram and shit from not paying attention, but really what it is like your teachers and your curriculum are failing these kids. Does that make sense?
Well, the teachers
Well, I
don't give a
understand.
fuck.
I
That's the
understand.
problem.
They don't give a fuck because they're part of a union and they get paid regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's sad because I wish there probably are some good teachers out there. I'm not knocking all teachers, but I'm saying like a majority of teachers just show up like it's a 9 to 5. They really don't give a fuck and they just go through the motions. They don't care if that kid ends up being good or not. They just want to make sure they hit their numbers and they make sure they get their fucking money for the school.
Well, that was the
That's it.
thing I ran into when you were going to school. It was about testing. And
Yeah.
what they did was they spent the entire week studying for the tests that they were going to take, so they got higher test scores, so they'd get more income.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
It was?
Instead of teaching you a curriculum, they were teaching you to test.
Yeah, that's all how
that
it's
was
been.
all jacked up.
Well, that's how it's always been because they want the fucking money.
Yeah, but somebody was talking. Actually, somebody had an interesting conversation earlier in the day about how the schools are leaving kids behind because they've done away with all the special programs, extracurricular stuff, bands, clubs, shit like that.
Yeah, and they're not doing anything
Yeah.
extra. It's all bare minimum shit.
Yeah, they have no interaction with each other, so they don't learn how to be social. So it's kind of created a divide amongst the kids.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they become combative.
I think it's fucking bullshit, Pittsburgh Public. Get your shit together and get these kids going in the right direction instead of trying to fucking waste time and sue
Then they try
the
to
company.
raise your mill rates because they got to bring in more.
Yeah, and the worst fucking part is like I pay for private school and I can't even like file something that says, hey, I'm paying for the kids to go to school somewhere else. I still got to fucking pay them school tax.
Yeah.
Like I pay city tax and I pay school tax.
I'm glad I don't have to pay them city taxes.
It's fucking annoying, dude. They take
But
tons of
you
money.
know what? I'm always proud that I'm inside the city limits. Someone says, where you live? I say, I live in Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, because everyone uses that. Yeah, because no one knows
I
where
don't
the
live
fuck
in a
anyone else.
suburb.
Because we live in this little fucking
The
island.
armpit. You
right?
live in the armpit.
No, shut the fuck
You
up.
live
This
in
isn't the fucking armpit, okay?
Yeah, it is.
You're coming from the ass creek down there.
We have a post office. You can't say anything.
Yeah, you do have a post office.
And
Fuck
if you
you.
need to mail a letter, you have to leave the armpit.
No,
come
that
to this
motherfucker
fucking-
comes to my door and takes it out of my mailbox. I don't gotta go down there. Now, if I do gotta pick a package up, I do gotta go down there.
Exactly. You got to travel up out of the armpit and
He
come
likes to
down.
call Lincoln Place the armpit of the city.
That's all right. It's very secluded.
It is. It's
Just like your pit. Just like your bit.
That's
Yeah, I like it because it's kind of isolated. There's not a lot of cut throughs.
That's funny as fuck. No, but I do agree with you though, because I could tell you how many times I've had a conversation with someone and they've been like, "Oh, I'm from the city of Pittsburgh." I'm like, "Well, from where from the city?" And they're like, "Oh, Monroeville or Cranberry." And I'm like, "That's not the fucking city. That ain't the fucking city.
yeah. Upper
You're
St.
25
Clair.
fucking miles north of the city."
Exactly.
But no one knows where the fuck that is.
I can honestly say I don't live in the city and I don't claim. to live in the
Motherfucker, you could open your window and piss out the door and be in the city
But
with
I
your
don't-
stream.
but I'm not.
That's how close
But I'm
you
not.
are.
Yeah, you're
Your
two
fart
concrete
carries on the wind
slabs
of the
away.
fucking city.
Exactly. That's right.
The armpit.
To the armpit, stinking up the pit.
Oh man. Well, listen, we're in here about 25 minutes, so we're gonna take a break here, and we'll be back with some more Any Excuse to
Sounds
Drink.
good.
Yeah, brother, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you 3 facts. One is full. One of them's true. 2 of them are false. Yeah, brother.
Oh, it's great because that's fucking staying in here. It's gonna be the intro. Fuck you. All right. So 3 facts here. You guys know how to play this? You remember how to play this?
Oh, brother, I haven't.
This is alive. This is live right now. Just so you fucking know, this is staying in here. 3 facts with my ass. 2 of them are real. One of them are fake.
Facts, brother.
I can't even fucking take ins right now. Jesus Christ. All right. Here we go. First fact.
Was Randy Savage on steroids? That's not true. False. That's
God, rein this shit the fuck in, dude. Rein this shit the fuck in. Rein it the fuck in.
that's good.
All right. Here's the first question. Fact. Experiments in universities have actually been carried out to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
3.
Both with machines and human lickers. It actually takes 356 licks to get to the center.
Was it a guy liquor or a girl liquor?
Listen, questions
Has
until
to
the
be
end.
an official owl.
Questions till the end. Second fact. Canada is south of Detroit. Third fact. The oldest known living land animal is a tortoise named Jonathan, who is about to turn 109 years old. He was born in 1832, and he has lived on the island of St. Helena in the Atlantic Ocean since 1882.
I read he was doing a lot of banging too, man.
Listen,
He was still
He's
getting it up.
Two are true.
He is. Yeah. Okay, good.
2 are fucking true.
All right.
1 is false. Which one is it?
The turtle's
What
true.
was the second one?
Canada is south of Detroit. Which one's fake? Timmy, you first.
Which one's fake or which one's true?
It's which one's fake. That's how we do it. 2 are true, 1 is false. God damn, dude. Matt would smack you in the head right now.
Well, the one that's fake is the first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was looking at my phone.
I can't see that fucking.
What are you
far.
saying?
He already knows.
I don't know, brother.
Fuck, man. This shit's off the rails. Oh, man.
I'm going to go with the first one as well.
You're going with the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, can I
Because
ask
I
both
can't
you?
remember
Can I ask
what it
both
And
you?
here's my reason.
Why? Okay, give me a reason.
Because one, Detroit, the lakes, that part of Canada drops down by the lakes. That makes it south of Detroit.
Well, yeah, the lakes are split in half.
So that's the debunk on the second one.
Okay.
The third one, I already know tortoises live fucking forever. That's why my fucking spirit animal is a tortoise.
I have read recently, within the last 2 months, that one turtle's been responsible for the rejuvenation of the entire turtle species.
Fuck. I didn't think you guys would know this much about
Yes.
fucking turtles, man. Damn. So you both are right. You both are right.
fascinating.
You both are right.
And he's still fucking.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's still fucking. That motherfucker. God. He don't need no Viagra. Listen, the first one is false, and the reason it's false is because they did do the study, and they found that there is no specific amount of licks. It varies from 211 to 417.
It's always been 3.
3, 1, 2, 3, crunch.
The owl says 3.
That's the
He's
best. They had that
wise.
commercial when I was a kid.
Yeah, I love that commercial.
That commercial was
How
great.
many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find
Let's
out.
find out. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god. Jesus.
That's how it went.
Yeah, ain't nothing more great than like old vintage commercials.
That shit was black and white.
Yeah.
That shit was black and white.
And you were right about Canada. You do have to go south out of Detroit to get into Canada. And the tortoise is 190 years old,
We
still
ain't
alive.
fucking dummies, bro.
I never said you were. I just didn't think
We're
you would
going
know.
for it, man.
I didn't think you would know about the turtle. I thought that
You
might
didn't know
throw
that was
you
my
the fuck
spirit
off.
animal.
I
And
mean,
I
you
was
are
try-
a tortoise.
I was
That's what I'm
really trying to
saying.
prod you on what was coming down, and you wouldn't tell me, so I had to guess.
And I definitely can't read that.
I know
Yeah.
it's small for you.
I
You
had
got
no
your
idea
glasses
what
on.
you were going to talk about.
I
tonight.
wrote fucking fake real big above it, so I remembered because I couldn't remember myself.
Dumb.
Oh my God, dude. So, all right, well, since that's over with and that was a lot quicker than I fucking thought it was going to be, let's move on to Would You Rathers.
I'd rather it.
Okay. Would you rather eat regular chicken wings or boneless?
Regular. Bitches.
My favorite's regular.
Yeah.
I
With
also
the
enjoy
bones.
regular.
There ain't nothing like eating a flat.
I feel you on that.
I don't know though. You know, you guys, everybody went crazy like about 15, 20 years ago. They started like dousing them with all kinds of sauces and stuff.
You just like plain ass wings?
I like plain
I'm
ass
with him.
barbecue wings.
That's
Sitting
not
at a
plain.
bar.
That's
Well,
not plain.
you know what I
Randy.
mean.
Those are barbecue.
Okay.
plain
well,
ass barbecue wings.
Well, you know what I mean.
Plain ass barbecue.
I don't
wings.
like the ones that are like lathered in sauce.
I hear you on that. Like the ones you get from Big Shot Bob sometimes are too much.
Yeah, or buffalo wings.
The fucking
or all
sauce
that.
is blown out the side.
Yeah,
They got to
yeah.
wrap it in saran wrap. Like, you know you're putting too much sauce when you got to
just
wrap the
an
shit
old
out of it.
dry, a real nice barbecue wing, just a dry one.
I eat fucking wings from Big Shot Bob's and I shit for 3 days. It's bad.
Yeah, but they're great, man.
Wings get made.
Sit at the
Work
bar.
makes wings, and they just do them plain.
I have a secondary
Those are good.
question. I have a secondary question pertaining to this question that was asked to me by a guy at my work. He wanted me to ask you guys. That's why I brought that up as a would you rather. Do you agree that boneless wings are just chicken nuggets covered in sauce?
Yes, I was gonna say it.
What's your feelings on that, Randy?
They're just pressed chicken pieces.
No, it's fake.
He goes too fucking deep.
Yeah, they're pressed chicken pieces, man.
They're chicken nuggies.
Well, so
If,
are
okay,
chicken
so here, let me
nuggets.
put it this way: if you go down
Yeah,
to
I
Chick-fil-A,
agree. I agree.
and
It's
you
just
get
a-
the chicken bites,
Right.
which is their chicken nuggets.
Those
Like
are
if I go
boneless
down there and
wings.
say, "Let me get a 30 count of nuggets,"
I don't like the texture. It's like too compressed. It's like
Yeah,
it
it's
breaks
fake
apart.
chicken.
Yeah.
It's fake chicken. They take chicken and they shred it up like a hot dog and pump it through a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You ain't getting one of them fucking big pieces of cartilage off of a drumstick that off a boneless wing.
I agree with you. I think boneless wings have a place, and that's for children. Because
No, they just eat chicken.
no, because children's choke on wings. They choke on wings because they're stupid. so
they're
like,
probably chicken nuggets.
Boneless ones
well,
fast.
that's the thing. Is like, no, Danny, I
just
want a
start
fucking
gulping
wing.
it.
Well, like, dude, like, no, my kids are into wings, dude. So now when I order Big Shot Bob's, $100 fucking bill every time because I'm buying wings. I buy 13 for myself. It's $25. I buy 13 for Kristen. It's $25. And then I got to get 13 for my oldest child. She wants this flavor. So she's getting this. And then she shares a couple, but I still got to get another 13 because Aaron and the other twin want some.
You should
And now
invest in
Rory's
the
like,
Bob's.
wing, wing, wing. And I'm like, fuck.
Why don't you get that big family deal? Don't they got a family deal?
I don't even know, dude. I think they got rid of that after the pandemic started whenever they killed too many chickens.
Yeah, the bird flu.
The bird flu. Well, that was COVID.
Yeah.
Another name. All right, here's another would you rather. This one's kind of sad, but I don't know. I felt like this was a good one. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories? Oh, this is a ponder. My dad had to sip a fucking Blue Moon and Timmy's
He
scratching
didn't
his
even
fucking
hear you.
beard.
I was scratching.
Would you rather lose your sight or your memories? You want me to go? Here, you guys can think
Well,
about
I'm
this.
just that's a
I was
that's a
trying to think.
leap there.
Yeah,
It is a fuck. That's why it's a would
I
you
would
rather.
probably
Yeah,
say.
well-
I would probably say sight.
I personally know a couple people who are blind, and man, that's got to be tough.
Tough as
yeah,
fuck.
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
s-
talking like straight blind, not like, oh, I can see shapes and shadows. Like, you can open your eyes and you might still see a little bit, but you just can't make out what it is.
No.
Like, I'm talking like lights out blind, like you're fucking blind.
Yeah, that'd be jacked.
Yeah, I think I'd lose my memories, bro. I really would. Because, I mean, like, here's my thought
Well,
process.
here's what's even more jacked. How about if you don't see colors and stuff like that too?
I could live colorblind.
I could live colorblind.
Yeah.
I could do colorblind. Like, it would suck not knowing what color that handle is on that broom over there, but what the fuck does that matter? You only have a few instances throughout your day where like color matters. Like on this board it would matter because I'd be like, fuck, is that recording or not? It's red or green, I don't fucking know.
You're gonna get electrocuted.
Yeah, like these buttons, are they red or green? I don't fucking know. But a guy's actually colorblind at my work, didn't know this, found this out last night, which is kind of wild that we brought this up. But he had to have me. He came out and got me, and he goes, hey, man, you come help me out real quick. And I come in, and we have in our office, we have like these charging stations, and they have LED lights on them, and they let you know if the battery's dead or green or red. And he goes, dude, I need a new battery for my scanner. And I was like, well, grab one. And he was like, I can't fucking tell what color it is. And I was like, man, I'm a fucking asshole. Fuck.
You gotta remember. Yeah. Well,
So I looked at him and I was like, well, this one's good. It's charged. He was like, I never told you this before, but I'm actually colorblind. And I was like, how the fuck did you get your CDL?
no, I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, it'd be
real
tough
shit.
because- yeah, you get into emergency airlines.
Dude,
and
you're
stuff
not
like
supposed
that.
to have your CDL if you're colorblind.
Well,
so
that's
he
'cause
somehow fucking
You
cheated.
have those quick connects that are color coded.
I also think he knows that a stop sign's red.
Yeah.
You gotta be fucking stupid not to know a stop sign's red.
And you can read.
Well, you use
It ain't my fault I can't read. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
was just thinking. You use tricks to remember things, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He's high as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to another. Would you rather?
No. I'm serious. It's like when you don't know how to spell a word a certain way, you use mental tricks to remember it.
Yeah, you know what Addy does?
So with a stop sign, you have a trick to know that certain shade.
Is red.
Well, from my understanding, isn't most people are colorblind see red as gray?
I would assume so. I don't know. I'm not colorblind.
It's kind of like I was thinking about my dog.
I see purple as red.
Addie cheats and she uses her fucking trick is she uses her fucking phone to read to her.
Yeah.
She like, cause you can scan shit now, and then like you can go into the thing and have it read it to you. And I'm like, quit fucking cheating, give me your phone. Kids nowadays, you know what I mean? Hey, motherfucking whippersnappers.
Wish I had that technology.
Me too, dude. Life would have been a lot easier. Here's another would you rather. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off the end of your life?
I'll do the Groundhog Day.
Is it a shitty day or a good day?
That's the
I
thing,
did
dude.
agree.
We don't
I
you
did
don't
the
fucking
Groundhog
know that. It's a toss up. So if it's a 50-50 that it might be a great day and you live it over and over again, or it's a toss up that you might get a shitty day and you have to live it over and over again, would you do it or would you take the 3 years?
I'll take the 3 years.
I also would take the 3 years. What would you do?
Nah, I do the Groundhog Day.
You would do it over and over again?
I kind of feel that way now, but
Yeah, but if
That's
it's
true.
a shitty day and you had a bad day and you had to live it over and over and over again, you would eventually get depressed, and depression would take the 3 years off
It's
your
like
life.
fucking Bill
anyways.
Murray, dude. He got
Exactly,
stuck in
yeah.
a fucking day, and it was a shitty day.
It was called. They made a
It was Groundhog Day.
well, it was,
He turned it into a good time.
he grew.
Well, halfway through the fucking movie, he was doing fucked up shit, like getting drunk and getting hit by buses and shit. He was like, fuck it, I'm going to come back tomorrow.
Well, that's when he was trying to understand what was going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting movie.
That was a trippy fucking movie.
Yeah, that was here.
It was a good movie.
Punxsutawney.
They did film that up in Punxsutawney.
Yes.
Punxsutawney. All right. I got two more. So, next one. Would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
But actually,
Couldn't
the
even
town,
get that out.
they actually filmed the town, where he's walking down the street out of the window
Yeah.
in the snow scene. That's a different town. That ain't Punxsutawney. That's somewhere else.
All right. We've moved on from that or on to the extra nipple or extra toe.
I got scared by the nipple.
I appreciate your comment.
Where's the
there.
nipple placed?
On your belly.
Like as your belly button?
Like an awkward. No, it would be like off to the side, like you just had a random nipple floating on your belly.
Now that's
Kind of like you were a dog. Like a dog has nipples on its belly.
yeah.
Kristen, I got a funny story real quick. I want to interject this. Kristen goes to me, the new cat, like we have two cats now for everyone who doesn't know. We have a girl and a boy, Katie and Jack. And she goes, Jack loves when I pet his belly. And I'm like, yeah, well, that kind of makes sense. He's a boy. And he goes, well, I don't understand. She goes, I don't understand why Katie hates it. And I was like, because she has like 14 fucking nipples. Would you like it if someone was just rubbing your fucking nipples? And you're like, come here, let me rub your belly. You know what I'm saying? Because female cats have like fucking 14 nipples.
That's a lot of nips.
It is a lot of nips. I got nipples, fucker. Can you milk me?
With 3.
I think I'm going with the extra toe.
Extra toe. Yeah, but think about it, dude. Here's my rebuttal to that. You're going to have a hard time finding shoes.
How come?
You'd have them custom made.
Because you would have your foot would be too wide. So you'd either have to get
and not
a
really.
normal
Go
wide
visit the
shoe or an
cobbler.
extra wide shoe.
You
You
can
go
buy
visit the
another
cobbler every week.
I got to go see the cobbler. He's going to make me some shoes like you're in fucking medieval times.
Yeah, you'd have like those old square ones from 1980.
I think they're
blocks.
Square toes.
Crocs.
No,
Yeah.
blocks. Like,
Yeah,
where's the Dutch? They wear them clocking wooden shoes.
You think that you're going to have an extra toe and shove your fat foot in a fucking clock?
Yeah, I would have to.
Clog. They're not a clock. Me and you're both calling them clocks like retard. They're called clogs. Clogs.
Whatever the fuck they're called. I'd sit up in the house.
So
with a
he's saying
fucking
toe.
chisel.
I'm gonna drop my
He
phone.
likes pointed shoes.
He's saying toe. What are you going with? Toe or nipple?
On me, I'd go with the toe.
I'd go with the nipple, baby.
I'd have better standing ability. I think it would balance me better.
I would hang on shit like a monkey.
Yeah, you'd be. Yeah, you'd
No
be
one
like
ever
a-
said this
you'd
fucking
be-
toe. This toe does not. It doesn't mean you're a fucking monkey and you can hang. Like you could have an extra pinky just sticking off to the side.
Yeah,
Says
yeah. It would.
You
give
could have a
better
fucking
stability.
gigantic salami-sized nipple on your belly.
Could, dude. You could.
Yeah, it could
Orangutan
lactate.
nipple.
You could
on
have
your
a
fucking-
giant hanging nipple.
So the question really should have been: do you want a monkey toe and an orangutan titty?
Should have been.
That's what the question.
Well, that's what we're gonna change it to. What was it again?
I'm taking the
a
monkey
monkey
toe.
toe and an orangutan titty.
Yeah, I'm taking the fucking.
You're taking a monkey toe. I'm guessing you're taking a monkey toe.
I'm going with the toe. Yeah.
You're going with
I
the
just-
titty.
I'm going with the titty, baby.
That's fine.
I'll take another titty. Oh fuck! All right, this is the last one. This is the
Thank
last
goodness.
one. Would you rather win 25,000 or your best friend win 100?
$100.
100,000. I'm sorry, I should have fucking elaborated on that.
You get to pick the friend who wins it. Because that determines.
I think
Yeah,
it
we'll
just
say
gives
yes.
it-
We'll say yeah. Yeah, that wasn't part of it, but I'll change it. So we'll say yeah.
Well, that was slanted more that way then.
All right, I'm probably taking the 25 grand.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to pass it. I'm going to give it to him.
You're gonna give it to your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my theory. You ready? I'm gonna take the 25 grand and I'm going right to the rivers and putting it on the fucking third, baby.
I agree.
Dude, do you not agree?
agree.
Dude, when I read
Fuck that. I'm
dude,
taking it and putting it on that. What's that? Backgammon or
Baccarat.
I did enjoy playing that.
What, roulette?
Yeah, roulette. was
Dude,
good.
I told
Fuck
you.
roulette.
Hey,
But
I'll lead you
no.
to the fucking promised
How
land.
about?
I really
Last time we
never
went
had
down
a
for your
lot of
bachelor party,
cash,
we
so
went
it
down to
doesn't
the
bother me
rivers.
too much.
And we were watching them people play Baccarat. And dude, I've never watched someone be so happy they lost $800.
That's crazy.
Bro, he had a stack of fucking black $100 chips sitting on the table, and it's literally. I asked the high roll, like not the high roller dealer, but the higher end table. The minimum I think was 25. I went. Me and Nick B talked to him, and he had no one at his table, and we went up to him and was like, "Dude, is this really what it looks like?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, do you really bet per side? Like you either bet with, I think it's the bank or the player.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Yep.
two boxes.
Yep.
And it's literally a fucking flip of a coin. 50-50 chance. You either put your money on player or banker, and it's whoever's closer to 9.
It's literally like playing black or red all night. It's like playing
Yeah,
you running
and
black
dude,
and red on the roulette
This
table.
motherfucker had a stack of $800 like it had to be. I don't know if it was 800, but it was at least 800
Yeah.
because it was a stack, and he lost. And he was so happy he lost it. He pulled another fucking wad of money and was like, "Here you go."
Can I ask you something? Was he Asian?
Yeah, they're all Asian.
That's the only ones that play that fucking game.
They're all
dude.
Asian. And dude,
I go down there and I'm like, I want to ask them like what the
I
fuck
did.
they play it for.
I did.
he
I did
tell
not
you?
ask him why they played it. I asked him how to play it. And the one dude was like, the easiest way that learn how to play is go on your phone, download the app, learn how to play on there, and then sit down at the table, look around the table, and see who has the most chips and bet whatever he's betting.
Yeah, that's a solid play, dude, because like I do that when I play roulette most of the time.
Yeah.
Like if I go on a table and there's someone there betting a lot of money on shit, 90% of the time they know what they're doing.
So I'm gonna try to.
90%,
I'm trying it next time I go down there. 100%.
I've always wanted to play it.
I
but
will sit right
Here's
there
the thing with me with table
with a
games,
fucking
dude.
plate of
I'll play
Chinese
blackjack. I'll play poker. I'll play roulette. But like craps scares the shit out of me.
Craps is fun.
Craps scares the
I
shit out of me.
enjoy craps.
Craps takes a different. You can't be scared when you stand up at a craps.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Exactly.
And I feel like
It's so
I'm going to
fast.
piss someone off, and it moves so fast, especially live like that, because you got fucking 13 people standing around the table.
Yeah, but that motherfucker's on his game, bro.
Well, you got the craps.
You
dealer
throw
and
money
you got
down,
two
you-
dealers and a pit boss.
That don't mean shit. All you're worried about is your half of the table. You have one guy that's standing there in the middle to your whatever that corner is, and he's dealing that half of the table. You throw your money down right in front of you and say, I want a 5 and a 10. He knows exactly where it come from. He grabs your money, puts your chips on the table where your slot is on that number. He knows that number slot, like, because the number has different blocks in it. When he puts those chips there, he knows those chips are yours. So wherever those, when you buy any number, he's putting your chips on that same exact spot. So when they hit, he knows it's yours. The guy next to you is a different fucking block. You just throw your money down and just say it, and that motherfucker is on it.
Yeah, I watch
On
them.
it.
Though. I've sat there
And
watched
those
craps.
dudes, it looks like those dudes are fucking miserable. But if you are sitting there and you ask a question, they will answer it.
They'll answer it, but you gotta do the thing too where you're nice and you fucking tip them. That's a lot of things that people don't do down there. You see a lot of motherfuckers that come and they bounce from table to table. And
If I win $20, I'm not tipping you.
I understand.
If I
that.
hit like
I understand
100 or
that.
so,
I'm not
I'll
saying,
throw you.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like when people hit, like they hit big, dude, they don't tip them motherfuckers down there.
that's
That's
not
ass. Dude, I watched a guy hit $1,000 straight up on a number. And it was at the dude that I won that money on my bachelor party, bro. I just went down there last weekend. I called you, I think.
Yeah.
I went down there last weekend with David and them. Got my ass fucking cleaned out, dude. I was there for half an hour. I got my ass cleaned out. But I was at the table with the guy that I won all that fucking money. That dude was pretty cool. And like this guy came over, set some money down straight up on some fucking numbers, dude. Like $25 on a couple numbers. He hit for like $1,200. And dude paid him out, and he just picked his money up and left. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
at least throw him 20.
I'm like, dude, you gotta fucking, dude, I hit for fucking, like I was down, I hit down there. I hit one time on a number straight up, but it was only on a $5 bet, so it was like $160. I still gave the dude a fucking $20 tip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if I hit for $20-$40, I ain't tipping you.
That fucking dude got a $50 tip out of me that night. I fucking won all that money. It might have even been $100. I don't fucking remember, but I enjoy going down there, but it's a lot of my fucking money.
Throw chips.
Throwing chips.
Yeah, but you went down. What was that night? Was that a Saturday night? Was that last Saturday?
It was Friday.
Why'd you get invited?
Yes.
Yeah.
You knew who else
Yes,
got invited?
but I didn't go either.
You knew who else got invited?
Who?
It.
You can't believe it. It'll tell you anything, man.
But yeah, so I couldn't. I hate. Not I don't hate it, but it's funner going down on a weekday because
Calmer.
and the tables aren't expensive. Like you can get in on a $10 table.
Yeah, they're 10, 15.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
So-
go down there on Fridays, they're 20, 25.
And you can walk right up to a craps table at a $10 crap table and learn how to play. And
See,
it
I
could
would
be like
enjoy.
$3.
I would enjoy going down there on a weekday to do that.
Yeah, that's how me and Nick learned. That's how Nick taught me. We went actually. I learned on a Friday night, but we sat back and looked and watched, and he explained it through and through. And then once 2 spots cleared out, we moved right in, and we were fucking there. I never really hit big on craps though. I get too greedy. I don't ever pull because you can once you bet your stuff and you hit, like say if you pull your money up there and hit a couple times, you have the option of pulling all your bets back and just playing the pass line. And then that's just basically what the number is that puck sits on. So if the puck sits on 7, or you don't want 7, if it sits on 6 or 8, you know what I mean? That's not your pass line number. So if 6 hits, you get paid out for it. But you could pull all your, like if you put your money up and you hit, you can always pull your money back off and collect it. And then just wait until the guy craps out. And then once they put a new shooter, then you bet again.
Sounds like you know what you're doing. You want to get on casino tonight?
No, I don't. I love playing craps though because, dude, like that night when we got rowdy playing roulette, if you
It's like
have
that all the
if
time.
you have someone up there like that knows what they're doing and know how to throw the dice a certain way, you could be up there making a lot of fucking money, dude. And some people, like you said, are crazy when it comes to betting value wise. I would never go down there and spend. I mean, some people got it, but I ain't spending hundreds and hundreds.
I watched this old guy walk up next to me while I was down there with David and them, and he put $1,000 down. He put 500 on the third, and 500 on the second, third, and he hit twice.
Smart man.
Walked away. Hit 2 times. He got $1,500 payout.
Smart man. Me and Nick
away with,
walk.
like,
That's
another $1,000.
That's what one of the things me and Nick do a lot when we go to the casinos. We'll walk around and watch people just bet crazy.
Oh, dude, it's fun as fuck.
Fucking crazy.
I love living vicariously through other
Then
people.
you walk through like the slot machines and you just stumble upon someone smacking a fucking heater on a slot machine, dude. It's crazy. It's fucking
See, I can't
crazy.
play slots, dude. I don't have the patience for that.
It's not. It's. I feel like it's a ripoff.
Yeah, but I've
not-
also
there's no control.
heard people, but I've heard people down there. There is no control.
There's
It's
no
completely
control.
random.
Yes.
It's the most random game in the whole fucking casino. But I've heard people that I know, like the one dude I work with, he hit last year down there for 15 grand.
Yeah, but did you ask him how much money he put in before that?
he probably put the same amount in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's normal. They figure that shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just you only get lucky once in a while where you might hit on a fucking big fucking slot machine for $1 million, but you got to play high limits. You checking the tree out?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I like how you played that in. That was perfect timing, Randy. That fucking tree was supposed to be for our Christmas special. It's from my oak tree, and it's just a limb, but I figured I'd decorate it for our Christmas
like it,
special.
man.
It's like my
gives
Charlie
a
Brown Christmas tree,
Little
dude.
flare
Looks good.
in the
It's the
back.
any excuse to drink Christmas spectacular at the end of January.
What was you gonna do for the Christmas special?
Dude, I was gonna dress up and have like a Santa hat on and make some eggnog. Like this tablecloth was gonna be down here for it.
Would have been convincing.
Yeah, but you know, shit happens and we don't have Christmas specials.
Well, you're going to have it like an Easter spectacular.
I was gonna have fucking Santa Claus come busting through the door with like hookers, and it was gonna be good, dude. Like I had a whole production going down, like
Smoke machine.
smoke machine, like fog lights, everything. You know, it was gonna be legit.
It's happening. I can see you're making progress.
And the only thing we have is this fucking
And your
stupid tree
stu-
behind
and
us
your-
now.
Well, your studio's growing though.
The tree is too. It's dead.
That shit ain't growing. There's no water on the fucking thing.
I forgot to water it, bro. Okay, it's been down here for a couple weeks. It's still holding its leaves though.
I think I see some
Motherfucker don't want to drop them, dude. That's my life, dude. Every fucking year, I'll clean my yard up 5 times, and then in February, the fucking oak tree out here will drop the rest of its leaves, and I'll have to do it all over again, dude. And I'm like, God, that fucking leaf's been dead for 4 months, and it's
I
still
had
on
to cut
there.
that tree down a long time ago.
So I got something cool I want to talk about with yins. I've been like, I get weird sometimes and listen to like some outlandish shit, but I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. I don't know if you guys ever dabble in him before.
Depends on who he has. I don't watch it.
It's a hard listen because it's 3 hours long.
I don't mind the 3 hours. It has to be interesting to me. Like some people on there, I don't.
I agree. But he's been on this kick lately where he's been talking to a lot of people that are, there's this new theory out, and it's called the Younger Dryas Impact Theory. This is trippy. I'm going to explain this to you so we can go down this rabbit hole. So I figured you guys would enjoy this. So what they're saying is 12,000 years ago, there was a comet that hit the ice caps and caused the mass melt, which caused a mass flood, which not only wiped out like woolly mammoths and all the weird shit that was on the continent that they said that we hunted to existence or like extinction, I mean, but it also was the reason for the flood for Noah's Ark that they recorded, right? The rain for 40 days or whatever, and it flooded.
Yeah,
And
but I
then-
don't know if I believe the whole
So-
Noah's Ark.
I know, but listen, they're saying this is where the story came from, and I'll get to that. And they're also saying it is how Atlantis disappeared. And there's really big evidence for this. Joe Rogan's had 5 or 6 different specialists in different fields on this thing, and they're all agreeing. They might all be fucking crazy.
Well, there is a place out there that looks like Atlantis on the map.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. 'Cause
And
actually,
I heard too that they're also trying to make a clone of woolly mammoths.
oh, dude, you're stealing my fucking thunder right now. I was getting to that. We'll keep going. But listen, so anyway, this is why I wanted to bring this up. We'll touch on that since you brought it up. They fucking are. There's a woolly mammoth that is coming in 14 months. It is already been created, and it's gestating right now.
Yeah,
It's a real story.
yeah. They bred it with like
An Indian elephant.
yeah.
Indian elephant is the closest relative to a woolly mammoth, which is why they're still kind of hairy. They have a little bit of brown hair on them. They took an Indian elephant, did the egg splice and shit, whatever DNA, put it in there. Now, here's why they're doing this. I don't know if you know this part. You probably heard the story about the woolly mammoth, but you don't know why they're doing it. They actually got funding from multiple governments around the world to do a Siberian, like tundra, reformation of the land. And their idea is, and this is where shit gets kind of crazy. The government's going to pay them to bring back these woolly mammoths, and they're going to go up into the tundra in Russia. They bought 1,000-acre plot of land, and they're going to test this theory. The woolly mammoths would knock trees down, like knock the brush and shit down, and then they would have like horses, like wild horses and shit like that, and like caribou and shit would come in and they would eat all the ground vegetation, and it would create a tundra, which is basically just like a little bit of sticks and a lot of snow. And the idea is that the snow will reflect the light and it'll cause a lowering of the temperature of greenhouse gases. Who the fuck was high as fuck when they thought about that?
I don't know.
Like, think
idea,
about it. That's like a conversation that we would fucking have on the porch. I got an idea. Let's make woolly mammoths. How are we going to do this? We're going to get the government to fund us. Come up with
Smart.
this
That
crazy
is number
fucking
one
shenanigan
smart way
idea about breaking trees down in Siberia to make this fucking reflective patch of land to try to eliminate greenhouse gas. That's why they're bringing woolly mammoths back.
Smart.
It is
I
smart.
hope it works.
I enjoy smoking, but I think these people are high.
I agree.
It's smart as fuck.
How many woolly mammoths do you need to devastate a forest?
So they're trying to bring back. They actually called this place Prehistoric Park. I'm not fucking shitting with you, dude. They called this place Prehistoric Park because not only are they going to bring back woolly mammoths, but
I was just thinking of a timeline, how long it would take to raise enough woolly mammoths to devastate a forest.
Well, they have to proof of concept first. So they have to have this first one made. Once they have this first one made, they're going to use captive Indian elephants that they have to produce these woolly mammoth babies and raise them. And then once they get enough of a genetic pool, they're going to have them breed on their own. They're thinking 25 years. They're saying 25 years.
I don't know, man.
They're saying 25 years they'll have enough.
These motherfuckers
woolly
will be over with
mammoths.
chainsaws.
That's why I don't understand why we just didn't do that. But they're claiming that the trees they would have to do it every year, and that the woolly mammoths will do it naturally.
Really a far-fetched idea. I mean, it's a great idea.
It is.
But it's kind of really reaching.
It was enough to convince someone to give them fucking money to do it because it's really fucking happening. It's really.
But then again, I would think the tundra up here is already white.
It's forest.
Yeah, but
They're saying.
I think it would still reflect enough light.
They're saying that they need to clear the more land.
So it would be similar to the.
I guess they're trying to come up with a green neutral way to do it.
I understand.
Right? Instead of using machines that burn gas, they're trying to use animals.
So they're going to
Deforest the fucking forest with woolly mammoths.
Yeah, so it'll produce less oxygen for that region. And all
That's what I said. It's a double banger because you're pulling oxygen out of the air, but supposedly you're going to lower the temperature of the earth.
Well, yeah, and you're supposed to save it, and that's kind of a.
What about Sabertooth?
But something's better than nothing.
Okay, so saber-toothed tigers, they have DNA. Okay, so let's get to this. Okay, because this leads into the other thing. There's this guy that Joe also had on that he was talking to. He owns a gold mine up in Alaska, and he was gold mining. You know what hydraulic gold mining is?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's when they take a fucking. I'm gonna see if I can put some videos up and shit
Nah,
because
it's very destructive.
it is very destructive. It's 100% destructive. Well, the guy started doing hydraulic gold mining,
Right.
Because they were.
It's an old Clint Eastwood movie, Patch. If you ever seen him in Pale Rider, he comes riding up into a valley, and they're blowing hydraulics all over the side of the hill,
Yeah.
defoliating everything.
and blowing the dirt down.
And blowing the dirt
Yeah,
into
well, this
ravines.
guy started doing that type of mining on his land. He bought land, and the way he was saying it is like they were just mining for gold.
Right.
Right, because in the old way, they would get to the tailings, like the gravel, and they wouldn't be able to pull that powder gold out.
Right.
So he said that he was trying to get down to that gravel to pull powder gold out. Well, he found a fucking woolly mammoth tusk.
Yeah.
And then he found another one. And then he found another one. And then he found a whole woolly mammoth.
Right.
And then he ate part of that woolly mammoth.
It was tasty. He
He
said.
fucking cut.
No, he said it was still fresh.
He cut a piece of the woolly mammoth off
Yeah.
because it was frozen for 20,000 years and cooked it on a fire while they were drinking whiskey. Him and his buddies.
Yeah, that's where they got the sample from. Was those?
He found saber-toothed tigers. He found dire wolves. He found ancient caribou. He found moose that they didn't think moose were up there. He found all these like prehistoric horses and shit like that, but they were all, we're talking piled on top of each other.
Right.
Thousands of animals that the scientists can't figure out why they're all in this valley.
Well, they got wished in there from the flood.
This motherfucker, dude, stealing my thunder. So their theory, these guys that are coming up with this theory, there's actually a show on Netflix
but go
called Ancient Apocalypse.
Keep
This guy-
pushing it, man.
I've seen that. On
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
watch that shit because this is what I'm basically talking about.
I don't get that.
The guy on
What,
there,
what was that?
Ancient Apocalypse.
No,
on
what,
Netflix.
what? Netflix.
Netflix.
you have.
Yeah, I can.
You do have Netflix.
Yeah. I'm
It's called
sorry.
Ancient Apocalypse. Go home. He has 8 episodes, and it's about all the different shit around the world, and it's about him talking about this younger Dryas and like all these different and why they think it happened. Well, it goes into better detail than I can because I can't remember everything. But the reason that they think all these animals are in this valley and they're all buried in the same layer of sediment, and that they're all on top of each other, is that that comet hit and melted the ice, and they got washed into this valley and then covered with a like a lahar, like a
Sediment.
lava flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all got, and that's why they were preserved, because they were all buried in the mud, and then it froze because it's cold up there, and that's why. But he pulled like whole woolly mammoths out of the ground, dude. Sold them to people. Like Tusk alone, this dude made more money on the fucking bones than he did on the fucking gold. He quit mining the gold because you get a pair of tusks that are similar in size, like even if they don't match, but they look the same. Dude, he's selling them for $500,000.
Wow.
He was like telling Joe, he's like, I got 40 of them.
Do you remember where they claimed the impact crater was?
Somewhere up north, like in the up like above Canada. I don't know exactly where, because this is different than the one that hit Mexico. That killed.
Well,
the
I like the
dinosaurs.
one that hit in northern Russia, way up almost by the Arctic Circle. It created nothing but diamonds.
That might be the one that they were.
It created nothing but diamonds everywhere.
That might be the one you're talking about. Micro
I don't
diamonds.
know.
They call them micro diamonds or something like that.
You can make diamonds out of peanut butter and charcoal.
Shut the fuck up. That's not true. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, during World War II, the Russians used to go up there and mine
diamonds.
it with all the prisoners and shit.
Steal all the diamonds and sell them.
Well, they don't steal them; they owned it.
Well, they owned the land, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a gigantic impact crater up there.
Yeah.
And from the compression, it just fused all these diamonds all of a sudden.
They're also saying that was evidence for it. They're saying that the whole thing with Atlantis, they actually think there's a guy, I don't know how true this is, but there's this place. I'll show you the picture because you guys will actually think this is cool.
I love the recent post from Alexandria. They showed some underwater
I already
photos.
have it
That was
brought up.
pretty good.
Look, I'm already ready to
They were
go.
taken from the Bahamas.
So I'll put this up on screen for everyone else.
I believe that's out in the middle of Sahara Desert.
It
isn't
is.
Yeah, I saw
called
that.
the Eye of the Sahara.
Yeah, they found that during a
That's what I was
NASA
talking about.
mission.
1968.
Yeah, during
They
a
were
NASA
using an
mission.
Apollo was using it as landmarks to guide themselves for reentry.
Yes.
And they knew from satellite images that this was
See, I
here.
know some shit, man. I know
You
that
do
shit.
you do
Yeah.
know some shit. So they're saying, I'll show this to Timmy because you've seen it.
Yeah, just think if you were able to go into that region. And,
I know you can't because it's in Mauritania and they're
Yes.
fucking assholes.
Yes.
They won't let you go in there. This is another reason why
blocked off.
no one has been able to study this. They've studied it barely. So So what they're saying is that the eye of the Sahara here. Now this is crazy. I'm going to zoom out for both of you.
Yeah, I use Google Earth
Yeah.
on that.
Okay. You see how the sand sweeps down off the plateau into the ocean?
Yeah.
They're saying that is Atlantis. That eye of the Sahara is actually concentric rings. The center was the capital, and they had different like levels of like economy, and that was filled with water, and that the ocean used to come to the top of the Sahara plateau thousands and thousands of years ago. And that when this Younger Dryas thing happened, it flooded this whole fucking basin. Came down through fucking the Mediterranean, overfilled it, came through the desert, washed all this shit away, and said it washed Atlantis into the ocean. They said that there's sediment out here off the coast of Africa that came from Egypt. They've done testing on it, but they haven't been able to go into the water and do like an in-depth research because it's really deep. It costs a lot of money, but they're saying they
similar
think
to
that's
the,
fucking Atlantis, dude.
Okay.
And the other thing
now, I'm
is,
going to
there
throw
was
something else out.
Go ahead.
You know the Gold Rush series on whatever the hell it is, up in
Alaska, yeah.
But they have the dredgers in the ocean, and well, they're doing that shit off the coast of Africa also.
Yeah, for gold.
No, for diamonds. And
Diamonds.
yeah, because they're washing out of the main rivers down into the ocean.
Oh, and they're dredging for it.
Well, yeah, but it's all in volatile areas.
Like where pirates and shit are
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying. And
Along
like,
the western
these scientists
coast there.
can't get in and do like actual studies, but they're saying that the ground of the Eye of the Sahara. This is what they're saying. They're saying that it was. Conventional scientists think it was a fucking volcano that was underwater when Pangaea was there, and that it domed from volcanic action, and that it collapsed after the water pulled away. That's what they're thinking. But the studies of that think that that's a man-made structure, but they can't prove it because they can't bring in scientists and equipment to check the area with like LiDAR and shit, because they can scan that now.
Well, they LiDAR'd the whole fucking Amazon area.
They did, and they found like fucking
all those
whole
structures,
civilizations and
yeah.
shit that were like gone forever.
Yeah.
But they're also saying that the fucking story of Noah is true. They think that it was embellished, but they're saying that they think there actually was a fucking flood, and that there actually was a boat, and that water came from that. This all happened at the same time, 11,000 to 12,000 years ago.
If I remember from another story that might be connected, was that the Black Sea broke into the Mediterranean, and that's where the flood came from.
Might have been that too.
It was an inland ocean, and when you know the strait right there in Turkey and that Istanbul.
Where Constantinople is.
Yeah, that's kind of where we sat off the coast waiting for the Russians to come out of the Black Sea.
It's another story.
No, but it's a real tight, narrow gauged, deep channel that comes out of the Black Sea, and they said that broke away, and that's how come that flooded down into the Med, and the Med overflowed into the into Libya, what was considered Libya at the time.
Yeah.
Because all of Africa west of the Nile was considered Libya.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day before the Romans and shit.
They're fucking, well, here's their theory too. They're saying that when that happened, the survivors of that weren't in Atlantis when it happened, they started Egypt. And that they were the Egyptians, and that they left that home because it was gone, and that they ended up going to Egypt, and that's why the Egyptians knew how to do like physics and geometry and shit before anyone else did, knew how to move these 100-ton fucking blocks.
That kind of goes back to, God, you were getting way back into the story of, trying to think of the queen from Nubia.
I don't know. I know there was a guy from
No. Nefertiti. No,
she was from that was from Egypt.
No, I'm talking about it was originally she was from Nigeria or Nairobi or something like that. At the very inland part of the Nile, you go all the way in, where they claim the Ark of the Covenant is kept.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, anyway, God.
I know the area, but I don't know exactly where it is.
I believe, married her, brought her back to the Middle East and married her.
Yeah. What do you do?
She was a queen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't think of her name. Damn. You're getting old.
Why? Well, I could tell you that they.
Anyway, that ties in that Egyptian story that way back in the beginning of Egypt, actually, the intelligence or the building part of Egypt started up the Nile and progressed back toward the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And it came downriver.
Yeah, the older civilizations came down towards the delta. Yeah.
Right, and broke off into like individual groups.
Yeah.
And then they had battles between each other, and then they were succumbed by one ruler and joined them all together.
They're saying that that they think that this has happened multiple times. That this impact has happened and catastrophes like this has happened, and that it has rewritten history at least 10 times. So here's another reason. Here's some more evidence. They just found a jawbone from Homo sapien in a cave that was 800,000 years old. They think that we were only around for 500,000 years.
I was pre-Neanderthal.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that article too. That was a good article. Yeah.
I didn't read it.
You're talking to a guy
Well,
that sits all day on his phone.
It was actually submerged inside a water cave.
And they found it.
Yeah, it was an underground, like a flooded cave, and it preserved the jawbone
Yeah.
and some pottery and stuff in it. And they were claiming that it was like the oldest ever found.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
But they were saying, okay.
And
so
that pushes
debunks
it back to 12,000 years again.
Yeah, well,
because
but
that's what they were
here's
saying.
what my point is that
And it goes
their
to Joe
argument
Rogan.
is that we have been rewritten multiple times, that we have made a huge successful civilization that was like somewhat really advanced and understood science and technology, and then it got wiped away. And there's just because we think of like scales as minute, right? Because we're only alive for 100 years. But like this earth has been here for billions of years. And if you think about it, even if we were 500,000 years old, fucking took us 500,000 years to get to where we are now. Right? But if that happened, it makes sense, because you could have got like 10,000 years advanced and then got wiped. And then there was a 20,000 year period where shit didn't happen. And then you got 10,000 years and they got wiped again. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's possible that it could have took man to the brink several times.
Yeah.
But in the compression of things, going back into time, man, as a virus, multiplies extremely fast. So it would have had to been a little more recent events, like the Yucatan impact, where they, that's where they claim the dinosaurs got killed off.
That was 65
right
million
off of
years ago.
Mexico there.
Yeah, but they're saying this was only 12,000 years
But
ago.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's other impact zones, like the one up in Russia.
There's one in Antarctica,
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah, and they're finding they become eroded to the point you don't recognize them.
Yep.
But they're using satellites to find them again.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting topic.
It is, because if you think about it, dude, just like they're saying like we've been living in this Goldilocks era and like it could just be wiped out.
Well, that's what I saw a meme. It was really funny. It was basically saying that, you're so cocky, you think that you're going to be around forever.
Yeah, and then
you'd be
fucking.
gone in a
But what I'm
flash.
saying, like an asteroid hits, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't kill the Earth. It's not an Earth killer, but it wipes us out to the point where we start having to use fucking chisels and shit again, and bones and shit, and then we have to rebuild our whole civilization. Oh, here's what I want to tell you. I almost forgot.
Something about the Tyrannosaurus.
They
thought he
found,
was a
but here's
badass.
another reason why they think this is true, because they found 2 places in Turkey that they didn't even know existed until recently. A goat herder found one. He found a fucking stone that was hand cut, and they dug it out, and it was a fucking whole like monument village out of stone, kind of like Stonehenge, that was like, it was 8,000 to 10,000 years old, and they said in that area that everyone was just hunter-gatherers, and the scientists don't understand why hunter-gatherers would build something like that.
I think it was the Chuck E. Cheese.
They found 2, and they found another
Chuck E.
one.
fucking cheese.
Chuck E. fucking cheese.
You ever eat their pizza that tastes like it's about 10,000 years
It does
old?
taste that. Oh, fuck. Could you imagine
pretty
eating a fucking mammoth though, like that guy did?
Probably tastes like
20,000 fucking years old.
No, I'm really interested in artifacts.
But
and stuff like that,
even
too.
if the aliens showed up today, we'd all be fucked.
But I think a lot of that's staged too. And that's kind of like with the bone in the water and the guy.
Oh, you're
digging.
going on someone's word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They want to be recognized because they spent their entire life out in the middle of nowhere digging in a hole.
Yeah.
And they say, "Hey, look, I found this city that's 20,000
Famous,
years
write a
old."
book.
Yeah.
Famous, write a book, millions of
Yeah.
dollars.
So it's yet to be seen. But I find things like the buried city, and shit like that, fantastic.
I'm telling you, you will
You know,
love
real
this.
history
You will
that's
love this
recorded.
show. Watch it. You will love it. It's called Ancient Apocalypse. It's 8 episodes.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
have to
think of the
watch
name.
that, man.
Can't think of the guy's name. I'm so fucking pissed that I can't remember it. But he is not an archaeologist. He doesn't claim to be, but he is very, very advanced in his understandings of archaeology, but he didn't go to school for it. So he doesn't claim that he's an archaeologist. He actually says that in the beginning of it, but this is part of his Younger Dryas impact theory. And like he goes into detail about what they thought happened, but they talk about all over the world. So, but I think that that's going to take us to a break and we'll be right back.
Okay, be that way.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to start off with our final segment here.
Did you turn your camera on?
Yeah, it's fucking on.
You want to do it again?
No, we're keeping it on.
No.
No, fuck
Go
you, because
ahead.
that's funny. It's on. Yeah, it's on. Thank you for asking.
Reflecting back to the other time you did.
I know, I didn't turn it on before, but it's on now.
Okay, good.
So we're going to do our Any Excuse to Drink segment. Just touch on any reason that you find yourself drinking some beer, whether it be good or bad. Doesn't matter.
Hope you start at that end.
Timmy, you ready or
You
no?
want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I would say it's actually kind of like a $1 million idea too.
All right, let's hear it. I'm all in now.
Ash watches weird shit all the time. And speaking of Netflix, she watches the show on her Love Is Blind. Did you ever hear this?
I don't know. I've never watched the show, but I know what you're talking about.
All right, so
Is that like hope for the day?
So it's these people get put into these pods. The guys live with the guys, the girls live with the girls. They get put in these pods, and they go on these so-called dates. But it's sitting in a room talking to each other through this glass that you have
they
no
can't see
idea
each other, yeah.
what they look like.
Yeah, I saw
Then eventually they get married or propose, and they get married and they live together. It's a whole fucking
And they still haven't seen each other.
no. After they propose, they're able to see each other.
okay.
But then I said to Ash,
How long does this process take? Like how?
wow, because they go
actually
and
get
live
married?
with, like, yeah, they actually go through and get married. Like, some people don't, like, change their mind and shit, but I said to Ash, the problem is they don't have these shows cut out for, like, real reality. Like, all these people are attractive people. You can go outside and find people if you really need to.
Yeah,
get
you need to
desperate.
give some
Let's
fucking
get
big
some
bitch.
350s on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Some
saying?
heavyweights.
Some dirty bitches.
Like,
some nasty
still got a
fucking
donut crumb on their
stinky
lip.
dudes. Yeah, like, let's get some real shit going on. And then when that curtain drops, you got a fucking...
Holy fuck! What did I do?
You got a 450 dude standing there like, fuck that. That's what they need to find
You
people.
want it to
flour on
smell
it
so
to
bad you
find
can
it.
taste it.
Yeah, that's
These
horrible.
people really need love. Like, show fucking
Those are the ones
love.
that need love, not these fucking good-looking fucks.
Yeah, it's all, yeah, exactly. It's all trying to get their
You talk
name
about
out
smell. Did I ever tell you the story about me and Tony at Walmart, Dad?
Don't get me talking. Go ahead.
there. Let's not steer off. All right, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
That's my reason.
That's your excuse.
So I said we should make a fucking TV show like that.
Like Love Is Blind,
But with fat people.
with actual like
People that need love.
heavy hitter like
You
looking
can throw
like
some
shit.
skanks in there. You can throw some crackheads in there,
Yeah.
some meth heads, anything. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I like this person, but
Imagine
I have
being-
no
can
idea."
you imagine being
then the
like-
wall drops.
Yeah, and
and
you're
then
like,
it's some fucking dude laying on a hospital bed because he can't fucking walk,
And you're like,
You're bad.
fuck.
like 600-pound life. Like, them people put that motherfucker. And then put a crackhead on the other side.
Dude, Timmy's going deep right now.
That's just
You would have to change the name though.
You're wrong.
What would you call it?
I don't
Crackhead.
know.
Maybe eventually in 10 years we can get Tone to be on it. He wants to be my 600-pound life.
Hope so.
We'll find love for him on there. He'll be our first one.
He's in love.
So, why are you drinking? Huh?
Why?
Because they make fake ass reality TV.
He wants
shit.
to make a new show. That's his excuse to
Okay.
drink.
Like
Oh,
if
that
I
was
had
your
to watch,
idea,
like if
okay.
I had to pick one, if it was either
got
watch
lost
the
in
one that
that.
Ash watches
All the
or the one I
visualization.
just explained, I'm probably going with the one I explained over the one Ash watches because that shit it's fake. It's fucking fake.
Oh, what you want to go? You
I
want me
call
to
him Ho for a day.
go? Ho for a day.
You can put those on there.
Ho for a day.
That was like The Bachelor and all those.
Yeah,
It was all, staged.
them motherfuckers were only there for money. They were never there for
okay.
anything
Go
else.
ahead, Ramp.
You want me to go? You want to go?
Why am I drinking?
Oh, it's what your excuse to drink is, good or bad. Something good happened. Something, something fucked up happened.
Yeah, I was outside.
Besides getting your ass scoped.
well, I got a support dog.
Pooter.
Yeah, Pooter James, Murphy, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He's in the doghouse anyway. So anyway, I take him out and let him do his business. And we got that light snow. And I got my Kmart kickers on there, glazy.
Busted your ass.
I busted my ass chasing them away. He was going across the yard, went into the neighbor's yard. He kept going further and further
Oh,
away.
that fucker.
And that's what I said. I said, "Oh, you little motherfucker!" And I start going out into the yard, and I hit those Kmart kickers on that hillside.
It wasn't you little motherfucker. It was you motherfucker. Like
Yeah, and I hit that hill slope, man, and I went down
Do you,
on my knees. And I said, "Oh, you bitch!"
Dude.
And I had mud all over my pants and shit on my jeans. And I got up and I said, "You little motherfucker!" And I said, "You better get your ass back over here." And he laughed at me.
he just fucking.
Yeah. And he just said, "Fuck you. I'm going to do my business over here." And I said, "Okay." So, I had to wait, and he come back about a minute later, and I start walking back. Man, I hit that slope again, and both my feet went out on my ass, straight down on my back, on my head into the mud. And I just laid there and said, "Oh, you little son of a bitch."
That's when you wish you had cameras on your house.
It would have been one of
It'd be
those
funny
ring
as
fucking
fuck.
videos.
Hell yeah.
And I got up, and Timmy was giving me shit because I had mud on my fucking jacket, my nice jacket.
You're like, what the
I
fuck?
said, "Hey, I bit the dust, man."
I thought he was bullshitting.
So I'm gonna take a nice drink for that.
There you
because
go.
It sucked, but I enjoyed it. It was funny as shit after it happened. But
is
I
funny.
did have whiplash and shit though.
Oh man.
But I
be all
recovered.
scared.
Yeah, that was a
He'll be
couple
on
We're gonna
the
have to
couch
hook
with-
him up with Ryan Shazier, get him a fucking deal.
He'll be
Yeah, I
couch
need
around
rubs
that
out,
shit.
man.
Yeah, dude. Fucking the crazy thing is that the same exact shit happened to me and Chevy. He broke his chain because we used to have that runner chain in the back.
Yeah.
He broke his fucking chain, and I forget where the fuck I was. I don't know if I was inside. I think I was actually. I went out in the backyard to get him off the chain, and he broke it. He ran to me and he broke it. And I was out there, like in the walkway, and I was like, "Chev, come here." He fucking went darting. He went down over the patio, down those concrete steps where the flagpole is, down the yard, and then down the street. Dude, I hit them steps. They're fucking sloped like a fucking ramp now. I slipped. I naturally reached out to grab the fuck something. I grabbed the pole and my whole shoulder came out. Dislocated my shoulder. B was living with me. I'm like, B, get Chevy. He's running down the street.
Yeah,
I'm
I
running
thought
down
mine
the
was
street,
gonna
holding
take
my
off, man.
motherfucking shoulder, dude, trying to put it back in. B caught the motherfucker. But the same shit happened on that hill.
Yeah, I thought he was going to wander out in the street or something.
I don't think he's that stupid.
Well, it's the first time. Usually, he stays within his perimeter.
Yeah.
It was like the first time he really wandered off of the property.
Well, because he's getting fucking old, dude.
Well,
he's like,
yeah,
dude,
he's
fuck
pushing
this.
four.
Fuck you. I ain't listening. I know your old ass ain't catching me.
Yeah, it takes him a little longer to knock it off.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess if that's you, I'll do me. I'm the last one, right? Last one. Last of the fucking Mohicans here. So I got 2 reasons for my excuse to drink this week. And the first one is the podcast. We're back.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Right?
Congratulations.
So
glad
I'm
you're
super
back on.
excited about that. We're gonna dump our heart back into this. The other
Thanks for asking me to stop by.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoy it. Like
enjoy
I
it,
said,
yeah.
I enjoy it. And you, Timmy, thank
It's
you. I
nice to
appreciate you
get out
coming
every
to
once in a while.
take care of this.
What you doing next week?
Probably the same thing in the same spot. See here, but this is still a work in progress. I know I've been saying that for like a fucking year. We got a better camera, a little bit better setup. Studio's done now, but I appreciate everyone sticking with us and hanging through everything. The other original people that they're hopefully going to come back too. We'll say that.
Maybe you'll get better back displays.
No, fuck
too.
you. That tree's staying as long as
Couple more limbs on that
as
tree.
long as that,
That is the
motherfucking
saddest
tree's
looking Charlie Brown ass
That's the
tree I've
best
ever
fucking
seen.
tree.
I said we put about 600 Christmas lights in this motherfucker.
I just torture, man.
Hey, that's 150 right there.
I got about 600 at the house.
I got a bunch sitting up in a bag up there. I'll throw them on there for next week. That was my first one in my
Every show you had a strand.
every show. Fuck, dude, that thing would have broke already if we would have kept track. I mean, we were on. This is our 17th episode, bro.
It's crazy.
Congrats.
It is. I mean, we had a break in there. A couple months. We were busy. We're getting our shit together, but we're back now. This is episode 17, which is dope. Most people don't even make it past 4. So we're already doing something decent. We got people listening in Australia. I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Hey, welcome. I love Australia. man.
As Matt was saying, dude, I
I
checked
wish
the
I could get
analytics.
there.
Me too.
I want to do a walkabout down there.
Go by boat.
Yeah.
Am
Well,
I-
fuck the boat. I want to walk about down there.
You can walk across water.
No. I just want to go down
Jesus.
there and just go everywhere, man.
Australia would be cool.
Experience it.
Besides all the poisonous shit.
Well, hey.
That shit's kind of a drawback.
hey.
My second excuse to drink would be that I found my truck.
You buy a truck.
I'm buying a roll-off truck.
Oh, there you go.
That was a fucking hard find, I'll tell you that. So got myself my roll-off truck. Hopefully we can get that going. Shout out. I'll give you guys the name of that whenever that gets rolling.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be dope. So there's that, and we're doing the podcast, man. This shit's exciting. I'm glad to be back, and I appreciate you guys are here for it.
Yeah, you might have to
Absolutely.
look for some property or something to put that on.
I got a driveway.
No, I'm just saying because after a while you end up with more than one.
I know. I'm gonna go get 2.
Well, that's
deal
what I'm
trying to
saying.
work.
Then you want 2 more because
Well,
those
I
two
mean,
are
one
out.
of them's gonna go over at your house.
Then all of a sudden you got 4.
He ain't even saying.
There you
One of
go.
them's gonna go at your
No,
house.
I'm just saying you'll end up with 4 or 5 of
I
those
need
drop-offs.
as many as I can get. So
Exactly. So you're going to need a place when they go idle once in a while.
yeah, I got a nice little
Place to
spot,
keep
I
your
think,
big truck and stuff.
But anyway,
But congratulations.
thank you. So,
And yes, I will use it to my fullest extent.
all right, he's gonna be filling that motherfucker up with
I'm going to
dirt
be
all the time.
buying one and you're going to be hauling this shit away from me and then you get to keep it.
There you go. Well, I think we've reached the end of our show, folks. Yeah, so we're gonna call it a wrap for
I
today.
think Torque wants one too.
Torque wants a dumpster.
Yeah.
I'll take it though.
You get a dumpster, and you get a dumpster.
Well,
you
he's-
get a dumpster.
He needs ones to do his remodeling coming up.
Yeah, well, that's
Hey,
part of the
speaking
reason
of
why
that,
we're doing this.
is it happening?
It's supposed to.
Okay, good.
Money's ready.
All right.
There you go. Well, we got all kind of shit in the works, but I'm going to pull the cord on this. I appreciate everyone joining us for an Excuse to Drink podcast, and Timmy and Randy here. Appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you guys tune
I
back in.
appreciate you.
Peace.
See you next Tuesday.